was, I was like, well, this is a lifestyle change, right? I've never really been one to believe in diets because I've done diets and they don't work. They work. All diets work until you stop, right?
Yeah.
So that's the problem with diets. So it doesn't really make that much sense to go on a diet unless you're planning to live that way. And that's what I said, okay, well, I've got to really learn how to cook in a way that makes healthy food taste good. So that's how I got into cooking plant-based food. I grew up even mostly vegetarian, so I wasn't even eating a high meat diet. I was eating a lot of dairy, high processed food diet. And so I let that go. And so I really started learning how to eat natural foods, because I remember just as a vegetarian, I thought the vegan thing was like extreme. I was eye roll, why are we even going this far? What are you trying to prove? Vegetarian is enough. We're not hurting the animals to get the milk, which we are. But this is I believe the story of the happy cows, giving their milk freely, not really even thinking about the cow has to be pregnant perpetually to give you milk. You get so brainwashed from a child, you never think about this whole process, right? It's like we just live in this matrix, really, of lies. And we're part of being in the vegan community is pulling that back. So don't just pull back the lies on meat and dairy, pull back the lies on our entire system, which is an illusion of freedom, an illusion of democracy, illusion of fairness, and none of it's true. So we just have to start here and pull it back and see what can we do to live in our truth right now. And so, once I started cooking, I remember thinking that I'm not going to make my own condiments. So I was like making cheese and mayo, another eye roll. This is too far, Now I do all of that stuff. So there are levels to it, right? You don't have to. Do not start with making your own mayo. You really don't have to start there, okay? You can just start with buying the mayo the vegan mayo off the shelf, and then ease your way into it. What can you do to make these changes so they're not so hard for you and that you don't get discouraged and just like give up? And the people who are doing all of the stuff and growing their sprouts and all of that stuff is like so much. Now I've sprouted quinoa, all that stuff. I feel like such a long way, So, but there are levels to it.